What's happening, troops? Welcome back to another video here on the SharpDiv YouTube channel. And firstly, before we do get into this video, I would like to pay my respects to the absolute legend Diego Maradona that unfortunately lost his life at the age of 60 years old. You hear the phrase floating about quite often, you don't make them like that anymore, and there couldn't be a phrase more fitting to this man. A guy that absolutely dominated the world of football, both in the club scene and internationally. The stuff that he done on a football park was years beyond his time, and hopefully he will be remembered as the footballing genius that he was, the guy that changed many people's lives. So moving on to the title of this video, and it's a topic that has intrigued me for quite some time, and it's the infamous treble in Scottish football. But firstly, about last night. Wow. Last night, after a shocking defeat at home to Ross County, Celtic fans took to Parkhead in their numbers, in their hundreds it looked like, to go and protest against the current regime at Celtic.
Fucking scummy bastard!
I'll let you guys in the comment section below decide on your opinions on what happened yesterday at Parkhead, both on the park and off the park. However, with that defeat that Celtic suffered, it brings the end to their dominance in both league and cup competitions. This year, potentially they can win their third treble in a row if they win their Scottish Cup final, and also they'd have probably been looking to go and get their fourth in a row. But that is no more. Ross County came down, they had a game plan, they stuck to it, they defended unbelievably, and the Celtic forward players just didn't know how to break that down. And the defensive Celtic just done what they've been doing all season, and that's letting goals in. People might think that because in recent years there's been quite a lot of talk about trebles, that it's an easy feat to accomplish. But still, to this day, only 8 managers that have managed in this country have ever achieved it. And of course, if Neil Lennon keeps his job at Celtic, which is looking really unlikely, he could potentially be that 9th manager. The managers that have accomplished winning trebles in Scotland are Alex McLeish, Martin O'Neill, Scott Simon, Bill Struth, who all won at once, and Jock Wallace, Jock Stein, Brendan Rodgers and Walter Smith, who won it twice. All in all, that's 5 for Celtic and 7 for Rangers, which is actually quite mental when you think about how successful they've been in recent times. To win a treble in Scotland is the ultimate achievement as a manager. I mean, ultimately that's how guys like Ronnie Dyler lost his job, because even though he was in a league without Rangers and there wasn't a serious Rangers even in the lower leagues, or a serious threat to him really in the top league, he still couldn't get the job done. And it only took the acquisition of an elite manager in the circumstances to be able to achieve it, because it isn't easy. It's been made look easy, but it certainly isn't. The first treble in Scottish football was won by the most successful manager in the game up here, and that is Bill Struth. He won that in the year 1948-1949. So quite a long time ago. I don't even think Batchy was born by that time. There was only one manager that ever done it back to back, and that was Brendan Rodgers, which I'm sure for Celtic fans makes him even more annoyed at the fact that he could have been immortalised if he went on and he'd done it 3 times in a row. However, troops, there is a new man in town, and that man is Steven Gerrard. If he was to win the treble with Rangers this season, he would be the first ever Englishman to come up here and dominate and conquer Scottish football. I mean, the way that Rangers are playing now, it doesn't look like any team within Scotland are going to be able to stop them. But as we said previously, winning a treble is not easy. And just because Rangers are dominating every single team they come up against, doesn't necessarily mean that a treble is imminent, nor does it mean that that is the be all and end all. If that isn't achieved, then it's a shit season. Far from it, of course. Winning the league for Rangers would be the most important thing this season. But I want your guys' opinion in the comment section below. Can Rangers win the treble? There wouldn't be a more fitting or better way to do it for Rangers than it would be doing it this season. But there's obviously still a few questions that people will ask of this squad because they've not won anything together yet. Of course, if Rangers were to go on and win a treble this season, or at least just win the league, that would bring to an end the dominance that Celtic have had in the last 9 years. They're of course going for the illustrious number 10, never been achieved by a Scottish team before, but at the moment, with the way things stand from the outside looking in, from even Celtic fans' point of view, it looks like the empire that they built while strangers were absent and not at their best is crumbling down. However, there still is a lot of football to be played. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you have enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that like button because it will really help the video itself get out there to more people, which in turn makes the videos even better. I've been SharpDiv, you've been yourself, and I'm out.